Have you ever thought about this? For an ordinary person, killing someone is one of the most serious crimes imaginable. You go to prison. Your life is essentially over. But put that same person in a uniform, send them to a battlefield, and suddenly, killing becomes a medal. It becomes a headline. It becomes a legend. I'm not here to debate the ethics of war. That's not what this is about. What I want to talk about today is a real human being who crossed that line in the most unbelievable way possible. And I want to start with someone you already know, Rambo. John Rambo. The guy with the headband, the machine gun, the absolutely extraordinary physique, Sylvester Stallone. In Rambo First Blood Part 2, the 1985 film Rambo kills somewhere between 58 and 75 people, depending on who's counting. Explosions, arrows, helicopters. The man is basically a one-person army, and audiences loved it because it felt like a fantasy, like something that could never happen in real life. A single soldier against hundreds of enemies. Impossible, right? Okay. I want you to picture something. A teenage boy, 17 years old. Baby face. The kind of face your mom would call sweet. 5'5", maybe 112 pounds soaking wet. You would not look at this kid and think, that guy is dangerous. You would think he should be in high school, worried about homework. You would not think, that is the most decorated soldier in American military history. His name was Audie Murphy. Audie Leon Murphy. Born in 1925 in Texas, one of 12 children. His family was extremely poor. His father abandoned them. His mother died when he was 16, and he was essentially raising his younger siblings before he was old enough to vote. And then World War II started. Audie Murphy tried to enlist when he was 16. They turned him away too young, too small. He tried again, and again. He finally got in at 17. And what happened next is something that Hollywood literally could not put on screen because it was too unbelievable. Let me tell you about January 26, 1945. Holtzwihr, France. Audie Murphy is 19 years old. He is leading a small company of soldiers when German forces begin their assault. 6 tanks and approximately 250 German infantry soldiers. Murphy orders his men to pull back into the trees and gets on the radio to call in artillery support. And then, instead of retreating with his men, he turns around. There is a burning American tank destroyer right there on the field. An M10 on fire could explode any second. Murphy climbs on top of it. He grabs the .50 caliber machine gun mounted on the vehicle. And alone, completely alone, he opens fire for 1 hour. For 60 full minutes, 19-year-old Audie Murphy stands on a burning vehicle with fire and smoke all around him and holds off an entire German assault. Soldiers are coming from 3 sides. He is wounded in the leg. The fire underneath him is growing. People are radioing him, asking if he needs support. His answer? I'll let you know when I do. He never asked for help. He just kept firing. By the time it was over, he had killed or wounded approximately 50 German soldiers by himself in 1 hour on a burning tank at 19 years old. For that single act, Audie Murphy received the Medal of Honor, the highest military award the United States can give. But here's the thing. That was not even close to everything he did. Over the course of the war, Audie Murphy participated in 9 major military campaigns across Italy, France, Germany, and Belgium. He received 33 medals total from the United States, France, and Belgium. The confirmed number of enemy soldiers he killed over the entire war was at least 240. Some historians believe the number is significantly higher. Now let me come back to Rambo for a second. Rambo killed 58 to 75 people in a movie, a fictional action film designed to be as dramatic and unrealistic as possible, with a Hollywood budget and Sylvester Stallone's body. Audie Murphy, 5'5", babyface, barely 120 pounds. killed 240 confirmed enemies in actual combat. Real bullets, real tanks, real fear. And he did most of it before he was old enough to drink. Here is my favorite part of the story. After the war, Audie Murphy became an actor. He starred in a film based on his own autobiography called To Hell and Back, released in 1955. And when the filmmakers sat down to write the screenplay, when they tried to put what actually happened onto the screen, they ran into a problem. The producers said that if they showed exactly what he did, audiences would not believe it. They would think it was made up. They would think it was propaganda. So they made a decision. They toned it down. They made Audie Murphy's story less impressive than it actually was. Because the truth, the real, documented, historically verified truth, was too extraordinary for a Hollywood movie. The fiction was more believable than the facts. Think about that for a moment. I want to take a moment here and talk directly to whoever needs to hear this. Maybe you are going through something right now. A problem at work. A relationship that is falling apart. A goal that seems completely out of reach. Maybe you look in the mirror and you see someone who is not strong enough, not impressive enough, not the right type of person to do the thing you want to do. I understand that feeling. But I want you to think about a 17-year-old boy from a broken family in Texas who was told he was too small, too young, too weak to even be allowed to serve. And that boy went on to do things that professional filmmakers said were too unbelievable to put in a movie. The obstacles you are facing right now, I am not minimizing them. They are real. They are hard. But the question is not whether you are the right size, whether you have the right background, or whether you started at the right time. The question is, what are you going to do on the day when everything is on fire? When the situation looks impossible, when everyone else has pulled back, and it's just you. Audie Murphy's answer was to climb on the burning tank and pick up the gun. What will yours be? I'm Elias. If this story hit you in some way, share it with someone who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one.